This is pretty much the definition of suburbia, isn't it? I'm to the west of London, it's just after 6 in the morning, and I'm going to be riding down to the south coast of England. This is not some fantastic touring route that I've discovered. Well, I don't think it is. It's more of a practical route. My mother-in-law's house is up here, and Liz is taking her down to the coast to visit her brother, who has a house down there. And I'm going to be joining them there in 2-3 days, I'm not sure exactly. And on the way I thought, well, rather than go the direct route, which I'd done before, which was actually my very first bikepacking trip, what I thought I would do was go visit a friend who's just bought a place on Haley Island near Portsmouth. So let's just quickly talk about how I picked the route down here. I used 3 different systems: Ride with GPS, I used Strava's route planner, and I also used Komoot, which is what I know and normally prefer. I've actually stuck with the Komoot one on this occasion, but look at how different the routes were.
I let each one do its thing, and to show the difference, put their routes into one app, Ride with GPS. I hope to do a video about getting the best from these apps, and crucially, how we can improve them. For now though, let the website do its thing, then check the route it suggests in detail on the OpenStreetMap background.
Well, this is nice, I wasn't expecting this so soon. This is why I like Komoot when you're trying to plan a route where you have no idea where you are going. I mean, if I knew this was here, I could divert down it, but I didn't. But because I've got the choice of more than just surfaces, I can tell them what sort of bike I'm on. I can let it pick the way. And this, incidentally, is the touring bike route. So you need a reasonably tough touring bike. Colours are lovely. Mind you, everything's an awful lot further on down here. The wild garlic's out, not yet fully scented, but it's a beautiful time of the year. Hello, Bracknell. It seems Bracknell is home to Waitrose massive, massive warehouses here, and all the trucks and distribution points. I'm absolutely fascinated by things like that, the hidden world, the world that lies behind the world that we see. That if you know about it, you really do know about it, but if you don't, it's almost in the shadows. I mean, if you live in Bracknell, you know about it. Do you know what? I can literally smell McDonald's, and I can see the wrappers. And there we are. The reason we have an epidemic of obesity, or at least one of the reasons, is the prevalence of carbohydrate. So I haven't been too worried about finding food on my journey south. I'm pretty sure I will be able to get it. That means I've got different things in my saddlebag with me. You notice I've not got a front bag, I've not brought as much. And in the saddlebag I've got stuff that I can camp out, I've got a stove, and I've got some dehydrated food. So I've done that rather than having a change of clothes. Because I could be out for a couple of days, and the second day I've got no idea where I'll be staying, but it'll probably be under a bush somewhere. So, we'll see how this goes. Ooh! Is that lucky when a black cat crosses your path, or unlucky? I'm never sure. Used up one of its 9 lives. I'm not riding on the footpath, in case you're wondering. This actually is designated a cycleway. So good morning. Normally when it's not too busy, I'd make a point of staying on the road. But actually it's quite interesting to see what they've done with the cycleways here, especially having been recently in France and seen theirs. And there are quite a lot. It's impressive. I mean, look at all these signs, you see? I mean, clearly different councils are involved in the different places that I've been, but it's good to see so many routes, just regular routes that people can use to get from A to B. They start early. It's actually stuff like that little car boot sale that I like about cycle touring. It's an insight into other people's lives that you would not really get in any other way. On foot you wouldn't be moving fast enough, and in a car you'd be isolated from the experience. In the, let's say, the lower rent district, I've seen people coming back from their Saturday night jobs. I've seen the early people getting Deliveroos from McDonald's, and I find that fascinating to see how other people live and just not take what I've got for granted. Morning! Don't say morning, do they? A little bit of a nod of the head. Oh look. I was once riding in one of those and somebody said, oh look, a pelican! Thank you. Morning. Just passing you on your right. Squeeze past you, thanks a lot. Just gonna come round you guys. No, you're fine, I'll couple.
Remember those 3 different routes picked by Komoot, Strava and Ride with GPS?
Each of them uses OpenStreetMap as a base, and the crucial thing about it is the surface type. Now, the reason I like Komoot is you've got a multiple choice of different surface types. You tell it what sort of bike you're on, whether it's touring, gravel, mountain bike, what have you, and then it will pick a different route for you. It will route you according to the surface type that's best for your bike. Strava's algorithm, in my experience, tends to look for the routes that people locally favour, the ones that they most often ride. And you'd think that would be good, but it's fine if you're out for a day ride. But if you're touring, you might be looking for something different. Ride with GPS, well, at least on the free version that I've used, doesn't really even give you that choice. So, again, I find it a little limited. I definitely prefer Komoot. I've been trying to get more scenery, like folks who said, a little bit less talking, more scenery, and in doing so, to get a shot of these bluebells, I've gone and kneeled in a whole lot of stinging nettles, so that's going to make the rest of the journey fun. Morning, just behind you. I was slowing right down. When I was planning this, it did look as if National Cycle Network 22 would be with me roughly from the halfway point. What I didn't notice on Komoot was that this is locally called the Shipwright's Way, which, given it goes down to the coast, seems appropriate. I'm pretty sure that road is not for cyclists. But it's good to have this, well, was a footpath, now a cycleway and footpath alongside it.
First time I've seen one of these. It's an electric unicycle. He says he's doing a range test on it, but it's claimed to do 100 miles and can reach speeds of 50 miles an hour.
You can sit down on it as well.
I don't know how legal they are. Somebody in the comments will probably tell me they are desperately illegal. With only 20 miles to go, I should tell you a little bit about what I've planned, shouldn't I really? A friend of mine who has some land up near where I live, he's bought a house down in Hayling Island. He divides his time between down here and up there. However, there is a little bit more to this trip than just that, because there's another chap who's down this way who's got a YouTube channel who I've been trying to meet up with for ages. So tomorrow, if all goes to plan, we might meet up and have a ride together. Hi. Hi. If it doesn't, I've then got to get from Hayling Island, where his friend Richard lives, over to Poole in Dorset. And one of the routes that Komoot suggested was via the Isle of Wight. So there's a strong possibility I might be visiting the Isle of Wight for the first time. So all in all, interesting couple of days ahead. Oh. See, someone let me out there, and that was good. Most people have been really good today, drivers, and it's been fantastic to see so many people out on bikes. When I was a lad, cycling was quite popular. People would ride to the pit. the people who I remember most with their bikes were those who collected the sea coal off the beach in Newbiggin. And they only had their bike so they could put the sack of it over the crossbar and push it home. The cycling boom has happened. I think I was riding a bit before that, but I really only got into cycling with mountain biking, and that brought me back into it. Oh my goodness me! There's the sea! There's the sea! So I have been routed from here down this segregated trail to somewhere around here, and then out, and I'm ending up somewhere around here. I don't know for sure, but I suspect Richard does not want me filming his house. So I think I shall end this video here, or at least today's part of it. If you've enjoyed it, could you give me a thumbs up, please? It'd be great if you'd subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you again when this journey continues.